Hello guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Empire with me, Qualification. Let me change this music volume a little bit more again here. Put it down to like 12%. It was at 1%. Some people said that they wanted the volume up, so we'll try that out this episode. So last time we saw what had happened on this turn. We watched the history, saw that we had a couple battles that went well for us. And we don't have a whole bunch of threats at the moment, we're not aware of at least. So, we have several decisions to look over. Let's start there. Policy speech. So it's time again for us to give one of these. Okay, so the number of hexes we have reaches 400. Gives us mind. Leaders goes to 11, gives us government. We don't really want government. BP production reaches 241. I think 241 is pretty close to what we have. We have 213, so we'd need to like upgrade something. I think we already have an upgrade underway here as well. Maybe not. Did we already build bureaucrat offices level 2? No. Thought we had started construction on that. Maybe not. Apparently not, even. But, we could easily achieve that one. Then we have the hex one. So what's our current number of hexes? I think that's covered in our victory overview. No. Stratagem, no. Decision and stratagems, trade, spies, prospecting. Just trying to see if it shows us. I know there's a screen where we can see this. There is a, we can just go to the stats and look at that as well, I think. Regime. This music is still a little loud for me. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Go to like 7%. That's the number of assets. I can't remember where it is that it shows us our number of zones that we actually have. Ah, here we go. The hexes, rather. So here's the zone data. No, is it under regime? So we want to look at... Oh, Gray State. Interesting. They're farmers, so that's why they're so weak, might imagine. But we gained capable supervisors. Right, what does that do for us? I wanted to check that. Profile. Capable supervisors is meritocracy, gives us extra food, and unlocks the Grand Convention, which I don't think is really important for us. Bureaucracy would be really nice. This is, you can see bureaucratic bonus 40% on there. Basically just BP generation is what that affects. These are all... I mean, government is good to have, but we're clearly much more commerce-oriented. What does this give us? Give money to the populace. And then we'd unlock the scavenger team. Okay. So this isn't a huge one for us. The pop happiness bonus is nice, but I'm not planning to use those cards. Okay. I'm not sure where we go to see our actual number of hexes. Size hex. Okay, so we have 171. And they want us to get to 400. So I don't really see that happening. I mean, that is like... Maybe it's because of how far away this is that they're trying to give us a goal like that. Speaking of this guy, we'll just keep moving him through the vast wilderness. You can see he started to lose men. He was at 2,400 men. Now he's down to 21. They're just starving to death. There is a way to strategically redeploy units. I don't know if you can do that unless there's like a road connection, so I don't think we can actually do anything with him. Anyway, now that this is kind of freed up, let's go ahead and move our buggy down. Okay, we got dogs there. Got men here. So let's get the encirclement going. Move him there. And then we can kind of just do something like that. And leave that gap. The dogs are the ones that we had seen way long ago, I'm pretty sure. Same dogs. And then we'll just start encircling this guy. Put the commander there. Put these guys here, that's fine. So if we wanted to attack here, we have great odds to win. I'm pretty sure that this is like accurate, like we actually do have good odds to win this, so let's just go for it. Go to the zoom out graphic. So we lost 2, they were all defeated or retreated. We lost our Techno Mage and a unit of privates. But we defeated them, so the front gets pushed. And that's them there. These militia guys, oh, these are our new GR grade infantry that we got from that event. So these guys, if we look at their stats, 146 soft attack, 292 soft defense. And then their hard attack is also very good. So compared to even our privates too, well, the rifle militia you can see is 1835. So this is like 10 times as good, roughly. They're definitely going to be very useful for us as we push out this way. And there's another settlement for us to claim with the hot springs. A lot of hot springs. We've gotten 3 hot springs cities around us. What about here? What if we were to bombard? We can just do that for free. We're just going to keep doing this for now. We're not in a rush to take this city. So anything we can do to whittle them down for now is fine. Unlike the troops that... So we actually did get a hit there, which is nice. That'll help with dealing with their readiness modifier. Yeah, but until we get, like, a real unit of artillery or some tanks or something, actually, like, breaking through there is going to be very, very costly. We do have a food deficit right now. We need to take care of that. Okay, I'm crazy. We did start building the bureaucrat offices level 2. Because there they are. Anyway, clearly we need to build the second level of our farming here, which will cost us 125 metal, 62 industrial points, 2 machines for 2 rounds, so we can afford it. I may have to wait until we finish this and then start it. I think we'll have to do that, yeah. Technically speaking, we are in like a state of Cold War with Dunkel Realm, so this territory we could go claim. Do we still have a unit on here? Yeah, okay, we have these guys. What I might do with them is... You know, honestly, they're forced to stay on the roads. This is part of Junivale. And this is also Junivale, who we have a peace agreement with. Okay, never mind. So this is not considered to be like war territory for us. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because we can't physically enter it this turn. Anyway, we have peace with all these countries. There is a non-aligned patch there, but I don't really think we need to be going there. Maybe we just start pushing to the front. What's in this unit anyway? Do we have artillery? We do. We have artillery in this, so let's move him down here actually. Can help with the bombardment. And this militia can garrison the capital for now. And we don't want to do any attacks, I don't think. Just hold in this position. I don't know if these are actually hostile to each other. My guess is that these guys couldn't occupy the same hex regardless, but they are both technically non-aligned forces. Anyway, let's go back to our decisions. So, yeah, this discussion we had entered upon a while ago. We are not going to be able to do that one. It's just what we have recon on, but it's just not feasible for us. So we can then get our BP up. That'll give us government. I mean, we can do this, so let's just do it. It'll give us bonus to our ward score. And we got the option to upgrade gap mount. We're going to go ahead and do that. There's a slight drawback to this in that higher level cities will be slower to civilize, but we have a lot of private economy there, so... Okay, here we go. Very nimble fingers and third gap mount guards. Is that these guys? Yeah. So we can get a tribal healer or an elite sniper. Elite sniper gives us 7 commerce, which is great. We're going to go for that. So we're at 65 and 48. Now these will bleed off, you know, at the rate that we normally do. We still don't have a commander here, and I don't think we have any cards to play that can give us a new commander. We have another private investment card. Do we need to play it yet? Commercial project. We can get that. So, what's the private economy look like in gap mount? Quite a lot of money still. I mean, I think we'll hold off for this turn on playing that card. Instead, we'll play the commercial project. So that's going to be a level 3 commercial area asset now, which is here. So next turn this will be level 3, which is, I think it'll produce 100 entertainment and 3 happiness, most likely. As far as the food goes, we do have lots of turns of surplus before we have to actually worry too much about it. And we just kind of pushed that front there. Is there anything else we need to worry about? Postpone this yet again. Any other strat cards maybe we want to play? What's the militia look like in Gap Mount now? Militancy rating, rather. Still 72. Once it gets down to like 50 is when we'll play the Loss of Faith card. We have early civilization. We're now no longer considered barbaric in Gap Mount. We are now a minor city, so you know we're going to start gaining more populace. Okay, I think that's all we need to do for this turn. So let's go ahead and end it. That might have been the spawning of the worms that was just happening there. I think it's around this turn that they start showing up somewhere on the map. They're their own faction, which is not, which is like sort of non-aligned, but it's actually like called the Hive or something like that. Mayflower Nation is a new one that I don't remember seeing. Quite a lot of majors and minors on this one. Killed 200 infantry, 5 decisions, 65 reports. Only 1 turn left on the political power era. Metal soil filtration. Okay, this we could actually use because this is basically how you can get metal mines without a metal deposit. Certainly not ideal, but we've discovered automated MG. So this is actually the prerequisite to the turret, automated turret, I believe. Heavy MG infantry army now has been created as an order of battle. These are new cards. Another private investment, and 2 workers' privileges. We have units with a low supply. I think that's the guys all the way. Yeah. More BP. Yeah, we got that underway. And our food situation is actually positive again. I don't know, maybe we just had a bad turn or something. These guys don't have enough supply to conquer territory anymore. Or no, this is Steel State. That's why they couldn't take that. This is another nation that we found out here. Alright, let's take a look at our decisions. Pollux wants total power over estate. One of my estates is a rather lawless area. I would like permission to reduce my servants, farmers, and workers there to semi-slave status. You could consider this an exception on the rule, a frontier rule. I don't think we're gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, autocracy and fist are just not what we're about. We get yet more mind at the cost of autocracy, which is good. We don't want autocracy. And we don't want heart, so this will make that guy slightly unhappy, but everyone else likes it. It does not affect his relationship, so we're going to say no, our populace actually have some rights. If we accept a precedent like this just to please Pollux, then on the long term we put our whole citizenry at risk of slavery. And lots of effects for that, but mainly the thing we care about is the mind. So we have operationalization targets now. At the moment we're working on motorized MG infantry, which seems fine. The heavy MG infantry, I'm interested what that actually is like. I think we can see that if we go to our OOB. Maybe not. No, we have to go to manage model or type. Oh, here we got automated MGs now. So yeah, automated turrets we already have the tech for. So as soon as we research that, as you can see on here, we have the automated turret tech. Then we'll be able to build automated turrets, which is like way advanced for our era. Is there a way for me to check that? Is it under here? Formation types. Heavy MG, what is this? 6,000 machine guns and 6,000 infantry. That's the army level, the brigade level, so 400 and 400. So it's a much thicker version of the MG infantry corps, which is 8-2. So it's a 50-50 split, which, I don't know. I mean, it's alright. It's not really something I'm super interested in. Let's just keep on with the motorized MG infantry. Our spies in Dunkelraum have found information. We can influence their internal politics. We can give it to the Armored Front, Isolationist Legion, or Federalist Command. Let's take a look at their factions. The Armored Front, can we not see? The Armored Front is their ruling government, which is a militarist government. I think the Isolationist Legion, just by the name, sounds good for us, which is stay like at peace with us. Don't do anything to declare war. So let's give them the information. And we can get 2 elite snipers to get a mind bonus here. Let's do that in the 10th MG Infantry. So that's an actual real army unit as well. That's cool. And we still have no commander for that army. I'm surprised the party, our opposition, has not like asked for anybody. Maybe it's because they're just so unpopular, and whereas we are like crazily respected and honest, so people really like us. Anyway, we should have our this is finished, and now our production should be back on track towards actually getting some stuff done. What's the private economy building? They're still building the waste level 3. So I think we go for the level 2 farm here. That does require twice as many workers, which, you know, that causes some financial concern for us. Yeah, it's 5.5k compared to what will be 11,000. Now, admittedly, our population in the city is 110,000, so that's kind of small potatoes in comparison, but just looking at some of these stats here. Our security score went down a little bit. I think that's just because it's like a ratio, like it can't exceed a certain value because this is now higher, it has to go down, similar to the profiles. Anyway, I think we're going to just wait one turn on starting that. What is our scavenging at right now? 6.3k. We still have plenty of scavenging points left. And this should be, yeah, it's totally shut off. Good. Has damage, apparently. Recycling, we could upgrade that. Yeah. I think we just keep on with our current, we wait a turn, basically. So let's go back to the military fronts here. These guys are, like, very far out of supply. If we look at their unit thing here, all they're requesting is food and they're getting it. So where are they actually getting food from? Where's this at? Used POS. So they only need 9 units, so I guess they had enough last turn that they didn't lose any this turn. We'll just move them up some here. Go up there, and then... Oh, we had a battle. Okay, that was kind of what I was afraid of there. Obviously, that's not going to go well for them blundering into some enemy unit there. We'll go ahead and start surrounding this guy. And then we are going to need a road, basically, to supply all this. So we have 709. We have plenty of industrial points. Let's go ahead and build a road for maybe a couple hundred IP down here. That's 120, 160. Let's do 120. Oh, whoops, I don't think I clicked the button for it, actually. Yeah, here we go, 120. So there we go. Now we're going to have a road here next turn that'll help supply all that stuff. We can go ahead and do inspect again. No, move, rather. Here, we're going to just do the ranged attack with all these. Just continue with our artillery bombardment. So we do get a hit off there. We're going to increasingly get more hits as we kind of increase our recon, and now we have more gun shooting as well. So we got off a few good hits there. Nobody killed, but we did lower their readiness. Now here we can get the flank off. So let's go ahead and do an attack with all this stuff. Go to graphical. And we handily destroy most of them, and now they retreat a little bit more, so we can move up. That guy can move in there, and sure. And this is part of this army, so we'll move him down there. Okay, so the blue guys up here, I would like to have high recon on those guys in particular, so I want to put them there. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can get if we do an attack from these sides. I don't really want to attack with the commander. I mean, it won't make a significant difference anyways. Yeah, doesn't matter. So let's just attack with all this stuff. 8-to-1 odds. Zoom out and watch this here. So lots of kills on our part. Yeah, that was a handy victory for us. We just decimated them, effectively. I think that's because our privates, too, are so much better than regular rifle militia. They also had very low readiness, apparently. That might be because we had cut them off. Yeah, 35 initial. So now we have the dogs, which are surrounded. They are in the same hex, though. That's kind of curious. Maybe we just move to start flanking them from that direction. Do we have anybody else who can move? I don't think so, no. Now, we did have a couple of losses, and I forgot actually to replace some of them from last turn, so we need to replenish a couple guys. May also soon be time for us to get a new, like, actual infantry model. I don't think we have any new techs that really merit it, though. We do have better armor from when we last designed. Where's our promise at? Actually, where was our BP generation? 214. We expect we should make more now because this is in place. Our new thingy. Placements requested 13. Logistical point. Okay, so this is a summary of their... I think the infantry commander units also have these. Maybe not. I guess that's just for the Supreme Headquarters. But we can see that we are getting close to our maximum, which is 400 on the current supply truck depot that we have. So we are going to eventually have to upgrade that. Anyway, all these guys will now be supplied. We do have a faster road back into the cap as well. And yeah, I mean, do we have enough to... We can start. Okay, let's start constructing agricultural dome facility level 2. And we still have good power, so I'm just checking that. Water's fine. Is this a private asset on here? Let me check. In more camp. No, we just don't have anything there. Okay, interesting. That might be something that the private economy targets then. Where is that at? Where do I see there? Well, they're not targeting anything right now. Next, none. That's probably because they just finished, or they will be finished with Waste 3. So maybe we play a card and have them build something. We have a couple private investments now. What's worker privileges do for us? Increases population and worker happiness, which is alright. Let's go ahead and just play another private investment. It's going to cost us 23 political power. Doubled our available credits for the private economy to spend. So they should build something. Who knows what they will build with all that money, but you know, they have the option to. And what does it look like for us to actually do a real attack now? We're saying 3.6 to 1 odds on that attack. Now, it was better than that if we left out this unit, which is interesting. Not sure why. Is it the... Let's see, we get a better encirclement, so what's the problem here? Creates a saturation, yeah, and it causes... GR Gladius. Okay, so this is the problem. GR Gladius. Yeah, that unit is, for some reason, has low readiness. I'm not sure why. Anyway, we're not really at the point that we would want to attack that yet. Obviously, what I really would like to do is get a proper unit of like tanks to go take that. How are we doing on our research? We should soon be getting done with, gosh, still 63 for heavy industry. We're still very slow. Rocketry is getting closer. I feel like heavy industry has been going for so long. What's our cabinet people look like here for economic? This guy. He's got... So he's starting to develop his skills. But maybe we just need to adjust his priorities some. Also, let's change... Well... I feel like our budget needs to be adjusted some, but... Like, we don't have enough. If we look at our dashboard, we're really not putting that much BP into research. Only 30. When it's going to require hundreds to finish that tech. So our BPs are just a little low for accomplishing stuff right now. That's the issue. Well, we did just finish our bureaucratic offices. That'll help a lot. That'll add... That'll add 150 BPs. So that should help us, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything else that we need to do right now. We could go to our economic people and say don't prospect, but we do want to prospect. We just need to start figuring out where there's actually resources out here. Also, given that we have not found any yet, could be that we'll have to end up building a colony, which is where basically we take citizens and we send them out and construct a new city. Because once you get past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so this is like the extent of how far our city can go before it starts taking this thing called administrative strain. If the zone is trying to collect resources from that tile, it'll have a percentage penalty to production. So at that point we will need a city within 6 tiles of this, which means we might have to just build one because I don't see any cities out here. Anyway, yeah, that's all for that turn. Let's go ahead. We are definitely making a pretty significant push to the east. We're definitely gaining a lot of territory out that way. These are quite long now. I think it's because the majors are starting to do what we're doing and just like pushing in 3 different directions at once. I think it's about time for us to take Exeter, though. We've been entrapping them for a while. It would be nice to have some tanks or something, but I don't think we're going to have them anytime soon. Okay, what have we got? Killed 200 infantry, 3 decisions and 64 reports. We are now in a crisis of violence. The effect, we run the risk of suffering danger-related events. We gained a fate point because we're in a new epoch. BP is at 309 now. It's higher than 241 we promised, so we increased our BP production by about 90 points or so, which is a 30% increase, so that should help. We have discovered side skirts. That's just a thing for tanks, but we don't really need that. Fate Stratagem Pack awarded because we are now admin level 6. Rebellion. Okay, that's an interesting one. Security Outpost. 1,000 credits. Auxiliary Chemical. Chemical Bombs. Now that's an interesting one. Another private investment. Oh my god, the private investments we have. Well, let's take a look at the history. We had a battle. It was the dogs trying to attack our units over here. And that's all. Okay. So let's just step forward. Do we have anything else? Over here we had stuff. Who cares about that? They retreated. Okay. So, what's the problem here? I think the trucks maybe ran out of AP around here. May have to increase our truck depot. And what's our production on metal? 99. Maybe we have to buy a little bit. We haven't done any trading in a little while, but metal is, wow, metal is 3.6 credits. That's crazy. I mean, that's ludicrous. What's it sell for? 2.3. Yeah, that's wild. We can sell a few rare earths. We'll just sell that. That'll keep us on a positive balance for a turn, basically. Okay. Now let's turn off the supply map mode. We have bottlenecks. You can see here the percentages that are getting through the territory here. So this is a bottleneck for us. The roads can't handle as much supply as needs to get through there. Essentially, that's because we just have dirt roads right now. Still doesn't really matter given the very low amounts of supply that we need to actually funnel. You can see that we go from 194 down to 125. And then 87 is what we have when we finally start to drop supplies off for the other troops. And so what's actually making it down here is a very small amount of supply. So we do need supply to go down there too. I mean, yeah, we basically are going to have to upgrade our truck depot pretty soon. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Crater Hill wants change in propaganda. So Crater Hill's our commander of our 1st MG Infantry Brigade. I think he's from the opposition party. In our news feeds, the Union News Service is talking too much about our great leaders. My personal experience is it does not resonate with the populace at all. I humbly request you to allow me to persuade them to spend more time on the common man. So we could say yes, that'll give us democracy and heart, which we are not interested in either of those. We could say no, it is not you who orders our news service, which gives us less democracy and increased mind, so that's something we want. And we could approach them for asking, which is fist, we don't care about that. So it won't piss anyone off, and it'll make that guy like us. This is our director, though, it doesn't really matter what he thinks. Still, mind is good, so we'll go for that. Young Turks have clever idea. A group of talented bureaucrats have proposed to me to block the yearly bonus to all the employees of the Staff Council. They want to use these credits to fund an experimental project they'll work on in their own time after hours. Do you agree? So that'll make it'll make the advisor unhappy. I'm surprised that the Staff Council guy doesn't care about this. He may care about it, and it just doesn't say it. But, let's see. Keep the offer the same, offer them a small budget. I mean, I think we want this. We want to increase our commerce rating, and it will make our advisor angry, but I don't know, it's free otherwise, so let's go for it. So it does not say that he cared about it. Yeah, the Staff Council Director is fine with that. And we still have not gotten any juniors yet, which is just, brutal. We do have a national card we can play, the Rebellion, which, as you can see, gives us 6 fate points. A dark plot we never knew existed has come to fruition. So this will spawn a rebellion somewhere in our territory. Maybe we should play this because, I mean, we don't have much defending the capital, but we have guys that are close to... Yeah, we can get all the way out there if we need to. The best time to play it is as early as possible when you're really limited on the number of zones it could spawn in, aka it'll be guaranteed to spawn somewhere in our territory. Now, the way rebellions work, they will spawn at multiple locations. We have armies pretty much everywhere except for the northern part of the country and right next to our capital, although we have this sitting in our capital, so... we're not totally undefended there. Could really hurt us, but we could also substantially profit from this. Because I'm thinking if we do this, we play the chemical card, and then we'll have a unit to bombard Exeter with. So let's play the Rebellion card. So somewhere in Gap Mount, we'll see there's... Alright, so we got rebels there, right here. That's it. Okay. So let's start getting units back over towards the capital. We'll just let these dogs have that territory for now. And everybody's going to start moving. All the blue guys are, at least. Probably going to need more than just them, actually, but... And if we wanted to raise an army, what are we looking at for that? If we want to raise a formation here. We still don't have anything else, so it's the metal we're lacking. We have the IP, we would need to buy the metal, which is expensive, very expensive, but we could do it. We could get another infantry brigade. But I think we're going to leave that be. We have entrenchment there. These guys can start moving, that's all good. These green guys here, maybe we have them move up to start containing these units. I think that's a reasonable idea. And we'll have this guy sit on there so that doesn't get taken. The GR infantry, we do want... we'll start moving them up to... This guy can move there. We have an old thermal, which is a geyser turbine, so that'll give us energy. That's nice. But down here, Exeter can come out if they want. We're not really worried about them doing anything too exciting. Gosh, this mountainous terrain is so brutal. Anyway, we can kind of move like that. So if we wanted to do an attack, obviously we're not going to be able to do much this turn, but no return fire expected. We can get some artillery bombardment off, so let's go ahead and just fire at them. Alright, we got hit. So they have RPGs, rifles. Nothing too exciting. Yeah, I mean, their rifle militia aren't that scary. If we put them in combat with our real soldiers, then we will win. Let's move these buggies up like that. So we're going to have this formation for a turn. Now they will cut off supply down here by taking that road, although I think it can go around. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. So all the militia down here are going to be cut off from supply for a turn. What if we would just wanted to raise an independent unit battalion here? Motorized MG we could do. We need a little bit of metal. But that might be worth it. I mean, we would get 500 machine guns, 50 motorized, which is quite powerful, I think. Well, actually, let's take a look. What is the comparison from our actual infantry to the Axi MGs? So 2498 versus, yeah, 4693. So it's just better to have the regular infantry to do that. So if we want to do an organizational, or rather independent, just do regular infantry. We need a slight amount of metal to do that. That'd be 1,000 guys. Let's go ahead and just trade for the, like, 3 metal we need for that. Okay, let's raise an independent infantry battalion. And we'll use privates too. There we go, we'll raise them. So there we go, we got 10 guys. These just report to the Supreme Headquarters. And this will be... These will probably serve as our cap defense guys. But we can also just suppress whatever happens with this for now. Okay. So decisions, we have to postpone that. Strat cards, we can play our auxiliary chemical. So we could do it right here. I think we can spawn it there anyway. Only played on non-HQ units. Okay. Well, what about on this independent then? Non-HQ units. Oh, we have to target, right? Okay, where's the independent? There's the recon battalion. Independent infantry, here we are. Let's give it to them. So they've received it. Now they have a chemical team. It's a feat, apparently. A rare auxiliary team specialized in launching chemical bombs. Troops embedded receive plus 100 attack points against targets without suits or sealed armor in the first 4 combat rounds. So these guys are extremely dangerous then with that. Plus 100 attack points would be, you know, 146, which is equivalent to the GR infantry, except these are just regular privates too. So yeah, that's pretty good. That should help them to be good defenders of the cap as well. And then we can send them down here and break this Exeter siege once we finish up with this rebellion. Anything else we want to play with our fate cards? In the zone we could grab something. Eager industrialists, get some of that light industry. Be nice, but nah. What's Gap Mount doing, by the way? They're building casino next... or another casino level. They finished this, and yeah, they're building casino 2, which will help with the industry, or not the industry, sorry, the quality of life entertainment. And I think this generates credits as well for the private economy. It doesn't cost him much to upgrade, though. Almost all that money went into yeah, the casino. So private asset income, 68. Hidden economy income, 25. Salary spending. Buying assets. Yeah, that's what they spent all their money on. Okay. Cool, cool. Anyway, yeah, we're shifting our priorities to go crush this rebellion. I think that's all we need to do this turn. So let's end it there. Well, actually, we didn't move this guy, did we? No, we can move him, so. He's slowly dying. We're just going to use him as a scout till he eventually does. But, yeah, we're going to mop up this rebellion. Perhaps this rebellion was sparked over our use of chemical weapons, because we did grab that just in tandem with it. We'll see you next time, though.